Oh, hey man, about time you showed up. Like 30 minutes late or whatever. Who are you guys? Think this is? Cameras blazing coming in my house like this? I don't even know who you guys are. What do you think this is? Some kind of game? Ming channel?
Something about the monsters that come out of the pockets? The Digimon?
Oh, my bad. You're here for the 10,000 subscriber special. Sorry, I'm not used to people coming in with rocket launchers and cannons and whatnot. Seriously, we can run this back. I'll just close the door. I'll act surprised and whatnot. MTV Cribs, we in my house. 1 second, okay? I'll be back. Oh, hey there. I wasn't expecting you. My name is R9beats, amateur comedian, mediocre commentary, but most of all, Pocket Monster master. And when I'm not collecting Pocket Monsters in video games, I'm collecting them in real life. Come check out my Pocket Monster collection in video game format. I guess I should address the elephant in the room. These bad boys right here. My 3 machines. Oh wait, you thought I was gonna say coming out of the closet or something? That's silly.
So, the first piece of heavy machinery that I'm gonna mention is my arcade 1-up 3/4 size Pac-Man arcade machine. And ho, it's quite the fucking mouthful. It's like I'm chewing down on a pellet. You know the ones that he eats? To power up and whatnot? Swallow you up a few ghosts? Don't get yourself bamboozled, even though it is Pac-Man and technically the oldest game in my arcade cabinet collection, if you call it that. It's also the only modern one. And I even built this thing with my own 2 hands. I'm basically Elon Musk at this point. And who really knows what's next for me? Is it a portal to another world? The best Mario Maker level ever? A wall? Moving on to the very first machine I added to my collection, the Pokemon Snap Kiosk. You guys ever rent a movie or video game at a retail location called Blockbuster? Well, if you happen to have stumbled into one in 1999, you know, maybe you were renting The Matrix, Toy Story 2, Blair Witch Project, or I don't know, just the best Star Wars movie ever, you would have had a chance to stumble across this bad boy. Doing so, you would have been able to purchase a Poke credit card to take your Poke pictures and print them in Pokemon Snap or in Pokemon Stadium. Oh, what's that? You think Pokemon Snap Kiosk is pretty cool? You never see that in everyday collection? Well, actually, it's 2 Pokemon Snap Kiosks, baby! Took the best of 2 Pokemon Snap Kiosks and made the perfect machine.
We can rebuild it. We have the technology. But I don't want to spend a lot of money.
You were close.
That it doesn't work. It doesn't print the pictures yet. Well, since there's not exactly too many of these bad boys out there in the wild, kind of like a shiny, I'm just happy to have one. Never mind 2. So I'm quite happy with my Frankenstein baby, even though it doesn't really work, you know, kind of like that son that eats all your food, lives in your basement, drives up the hydro bill, and you still gotta love him. He doesn't got a job, doesn't work.
We can rebuild it.
And finally, my last but definitely not least arcade. Growing up, my favorite arcade game of all time was Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and when I got into collecting again, adding one to my collection would have been the holy grail. Hail Mary, may the force be with you! But, to this day, I never found one, and my dream never became reality. But I did end up getting an arcade that was my favorite childhood PlayStation 1 fighting game of all time. Okay, no, it's not Tekken 3. Second best PlayStation 1 fighting game of all time, and at the same time, it's also a Marvel vs. Capcom machine because you can change the games. And it's also a Street Fighter 2 machine, so it's technically the best of all time at this point.
Perfect! Next up, we got the Switch collection, you know, Nintendo's current handheld and this home console, I guess. And, you know, I got your Pokemans, Marios, Zeldies, all this fun stuff everyone got. But the main one in my collection that I want to talk about is Yooka-Laylee. This one's pretty sweet to me because, you know, it was like the successor of, like, the Banjo-Kazooie, my favorite game of all time. But not only that, I kickstarted this bad boy, and I'm also in the credits, so if you ever beat the game and you have 3.5 hours to spend, you know, just look for your boy, Ryan R9beats. Oh, I almost gave you guys my government names. It's actually just R9beats. Just look for R9beats. So these two shelves right here are my best of all time shelves. We got every single Pocket Monster except for Ruby, complete in box from Game Boy Color to Game Boy Advance. And we even got some of the Japanese babies right there too. So you see green, we never got here, red, blue, yellow. You guys can tell what colors are, I hope. Anyways, and then we also have my favorite video game franchise of all time, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie. And then we got the Pokemon printer and just some Pokemon plushes. And we also have the Super Mario cereal, which you guys got in the States, and I had to get my boy to drive down and go get it for me, actually. Other than that, yeah, it's just the best games of all time. Gotta throw a shelf up for it. So next up, we got the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 3, and honestly, you can't talk about these games without talking about the best of all time, Sonic 06, baby. Remember getting this for Christmas back in 06, and I was thinking, wow, this is the next generation, falling through the ground. That's what I'm into. Anyways, we'll talk about really good games. Marvel vs. Capcom for PlayStation 2. It's a pretty expensive game, but honestly, if you don't want to go get an arcade machine like your boy, this is a great way to play this game. I know a lot of people don't like the PlayStation 2 version for some reason, but it's a great game. You like Spider-Man, you like Mega Man, you like... That's it, right? I think that's all in the game? Yeah, that's it. If you like those two, Marvel vs. Capcom, baby. Can't beat this. 10 out of 10. Next up, we got your PlayStation 4. You know I had to get down and low and dirty for this one. And one of my favorite PlayStation 4 games is not actually a PlayStation 4 game because I just loved it on the Gamecube. It was Soul Calibur 2. You got a link on that and stuff. So, when I saw this bad boy in stores, you know I had to get it. Take a listen to this. It just doesn't get better than that. You get the Soul Calibur baddie right there. But we also did have some really good games on the PS4, like Kingdom Hearts 3. Sorry guys, can't even say that one straight. But we also had Final Fantasy 15. You know, that game was top 10. And you know, Naruto, you know, everyone's favorite Naruto, Dragon Ball. You know, PlayStation 4 is pretty good if you ask me. But hey guys, welcome back to Show and Tell with R9beats. And next we got the PlayStation 1. And this console was pretty high up there with me for me. I don't know what that means actually. But anyways, I think some of the most bangers we got to talk about here are the Final Fantasy games, and recently EB Games, or GameStop for you Americans, started carrying them again sealed. So I think that's pretty cool. If you're a video game collector, if you're thinking about getting back into them, you'll get brand new PlayStation 1 games still. But I think I can't go without talking about PlayStation 1 without talking about the best PlayStation 1 game of all time, Clock Tower 2, The Struggle Within. And I know none of you guys probably even know what that is. And neither do I, but I made a video about it and none of you guys saw it, so don't worry about that. Thinking also, another great game, Tomba 2. And if you got quite the budget right here, these two games will set you back almost $300, but just go buy a Switch. Next we got the Nintendo, the original NES. My first ever video game console, and a lot of these bad boys right here are still some of the games that I had from when I was 2 years old. We got the original Zelda, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, you know that's totally not it. The Adventure of Link, Rampage, a lot of these bad boys are some of the very first times we got to see some of the best video game franchises of all time. Kind of like Simon's Quest and Trog. Next up we got the Wii U, but honestly, it's not even worth my time. So we're going to go right to the Gamecube, and the first thing that comes to mind is Soul Calibur 2, like I mentioned on the PS4. That's a gem right there. But honestly, any game really on the Gamecube is a banger. We got Melee, game's so good you gotta buy it twice actually. Super Smash Brothers Melee, you know, I already said that, so I had to say it twice. Super Mario Sunshine, Mario Golf. Gamecube just had bangers, but the problem was, that's all it had. It didn't really have very many other games that were worth buying, but Gamecube is definitely in the top 10 nomination right there. But we also have the Pokemon games for Wii U because I wouldn't be a Pokemon master if I didn't have random Pokemon games that sucked. And we also have this Japanese Pokemon game because it's the first time that we would see like a Pokemon home / Pokemon like, well, it's called Pokemon Box. So I guess Pokemon Box that you would use in a memory card to trade over your Pokemon and stuff. I don't know. Supposedly this game is worth a lot of money if it's American, but your boy ain't gonna rock like that. He's gonna buy the Japanese one for like 10-20 bucks. So that's what we're gonna do. Next up, we got the Super Nintendo, and it would actually be the first Nintendo console I'd never owned actually until I started collecting. I played most of these games on the Game Boy Advance and even PSP for the Mega Man X games. So some of the main games that I want to point out real quick is this cute little pink case. And you might be thinking, oh, well, what's in this pink case? It must be the most girly game ever. It's actually just Final Fight 2 for the Super Nintendo. You gotta balance each other out. Never trust a case by its cover, I guess. Cool little thing I have to mention while we're in the Super Nintendo section is every one of my Super Nintendo games is actually in these cool cases that I picked up while I was collecting, and they all have the labels printed out for them to make it nice and easy. I don't know what the I was saying. Now it's finally time to get into the best console hands down of all time. The N64, of course. And the N64 was my childhood bread and butter right there. You know, Mario 64, 007, Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, you name it. That's the best console of all time. Even had one of the games that are still considered the best game of all time, Ocarina of Time. They even had to throw time in that. So, you know we got this in your bad boy. You got Pokemon Snap. A console game so good I bought a kiosk for. You know, I kind of like the N64. Welcome to the art section of the game room. I know what you're thinking. What do you mean art section of the game room? It's just the wall with some pictures on it. Yeah, but it's all the art that I got done for the channel by Is Birdie, a Vancouver artist that makes crazy art. And my boy made R9beats with Fox, R9beats with Yogi Bear, Yu-Gi-Oh! And then we have R9beats with Growlithe. And you might know it from the icon on the channel. Or you don't because you're new to the channel and you hit that subscribe button, so now you know it.
I wouldn't be much of a slave to Nintendo and Miyamoto if I didn't have the physical format of DLC in the form of Amiibo. Remember when these things first came out, everyone was going crazy, scalpers were loving it, and everybody needed Amiibo. But nowadays, it's kinda like there's just way too many. Where's Game Freak when you need them to snap their fingers and get rid of half them? I cut down big time on Amiibo when it showed that there was no signs of slowing down, and I only collect the Pokemon ones, the Zelda ones, and the ones I must have, only my favorites.
Can't forget about my favorite Amiibo. Wait a second. What Nintendo game is this guy from? Maybe I got it mixed up with something else. Probably Game Grump or something. So, you guys saw it all. You saw my 3 giant machines. You saw where I make my YouTube videos. You saw me come out of the closet. You saw my massive video game collection. I don't know what else you guys want to see. Honestly, you guys just need to see your way out. Get out of here. I gotta work on videos once every 5 weeks. See ya. All seriousness, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. I can't believe we actually made it to 10,000 subscribers. My goal last year was just to hit 1,000, and then we did that and then flipped it and times it by 10, and honestly, I'm blown away. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this bonus little content video that I've been working on. I got other videos ready to come down. You know, your boy's just lazy, I'm not gonna lie. But if you guys did like this, make sure to actually like it, subscribe, check out more videos that are much better done and pretty entertaining if you ask me, but I might be a little biased. I made the videos. Thank you guys for watching. My name's been R9. Make sure you have yourselves a damn good time.